The bliss of the abyss.
Once upon a time in a land far away, a poor farmer and his wife lived all alone. They were very lonesome.
Of the Abyss
With Robert Newmark Jones.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Bliss of the Abyss, featuring your host, Mr. Me. Hello, I'm Robert Newmark Jones. Sometimes people call me Ruskin Denmark. We have a wonderful show lined up for you today on The Bliss of the Abyss. Thank you very much for tuning in. Before I get into any of the fun stuff that we're going to do on today's show, I just want to start off with yeah, that's how I talk, bruv, because I'm from London. Are you from London? The coronavirus is real. I just want to start off with a really heartfelt thank you to my patrons. You've come out in your numbers and supported me, and it means the world to me. I started this podcast 6 months ago with just a tiny little handheld recorder in my bedroom as the world was melting down around us, and the coronavirus, which is real, it's one of my characters, as COVID-19 was hitting. And here we are 6 months later, and it's exactly the same utter twaddle. So for those of you who seem to like the utter twaddle that I'm talking, today I twaddle about thank you. And for those of you who have left reviews and given this 5 stars and helped us grow in that way, thank you very much as well. But obviously a special thank you for my patrons. Y'all the ones I love the most, you know. So yeah, again, before I get really silly and crazy, thank you very much. Spasiba, as they say in Russian. This show will always remain free. I'm not going to go to Spotify for $100 million. And if I did do it, I wouldn't leave some of the episodes behind now, would I? To those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the biggest podcast in the world, the Joe Rogan Experience, was bought by Spotify for allegedly $100 million. Certainly something massive. And he, at the time, you know, he's one of those free speech crusaders. And so at the time he's like, nothing's going to change. We're just moving to the biggest platform in the world. There'll still be clips on YouTube. All the episodes will be there. And then, given the space of a few months from that happening, he's left California to avoid paying tax on his $100 million, which, okay, fine, sure. Built a new studio, okay, even though he just built the most amazing studio in the world anyway, okay, there's that. And now some of the episodes aren't there. So what happened to the episodes? And this is when you get one of those, the official line is, there were problems importing some of the files. You know, we have over 1,000 files. So some of them, to import them, it was very tricky. But it's weird that the only ones that you couldn't import were the people who had some dodgy things to say. Like the Crystalia episodes, they're all suddenly magically disappeared. That's weird. The Alex Jones ones, the Stefan Molyneux ones, the Michaela Peterson ones. I'm not saying I support any or indeed all of those people or what they say. But if you're a free speech crusader, what I love about podcasts is that you can say what you want, and it's the Wild West out here, man. You know, free speech. That's my new character. The coronavirus is real. So you talk up a big game, and then, you know, what happens? Like, as soon as a big company comes swinging in with 100 million, we change a little bit, don't we? Oh, we just change a little bit. We just change just a little bit. Just remove some of the excess, strip some of the bark off. Nice shiny new tree of knowledge. It's like what happened on The Fighter and the Kid, another huge podcast with Brian Callen, loads of accusations, not even that many accusations, but some Me Too accusations came out about him. And so he's dropped from his show, right? His show that they've built up from nothing. In fact, they were with Fox Sports, and then went off on their own as like, no, this is our own thing. We own it. We're going to do our own thing. And then what happens? These allegations come out, and actually it turns out The Fighter and the Kid isn't their own thing. It's actually owned by this company called Cast Media. I don't know if owned is the right word, but certainly Cast Media are then allowed to be like, Brian Callen's no longer on the show. We have no affiliations with him, and he's not returning anytime soon. And that's it. He's gone. So what was all that stuff about, hey, I just say what I want, and this is mine. I built it from the ground up, so I own it. They can't take it away from me. It's like, yes, they can. Yes, they can. So what are you talking about? The free speech crusaders, huh? They can STF you most of the time, can't they? Hey? Free speech, man. Hey, man. Hey, dude. I'm all in favour of it, though, aren't I? I'm in favour of free speech. Are you in favour of free speech? Hey, your country needs you. Free speech is good, isn't it? I mean, the freedom to speak, that's good. Thing is, if you don't have free speech, you end up with countries like Belarus, you know, where there's like, I think 100,000 people marched the other day, and speed up typewriting sound. So they have this rigged election where the leader, who's been in charge for like 23 years, wins like 80% of the vote. These are approximations, but I think I'm pretty close. And so ever since then, they've just had marches and marches and marches, and they're just being repressed brutally. The Belarus protest leader was abducted, that's an hour ago, but there's still tens of thousands of people marching through the streets. And there's no freedom of speech. So what happens is that these people can just be brutalised, thrown in jail, their rights stripped, and there's no recourse to anything. Why? Because you don't have freedom of speech. And a load of other things, a load of other freedoms that they don't have. And it's you just end up with this brutal situation that is similar to, I guess, what's happening in Hong Kong, of just... I mean, obviously there are important differences, but of people's rights and abilities to express themselves and abilities to just go about their normal life just being taken away bit by bit because what they say doesn't work with the official narrative, doesn't align with what those in power say. And that's why I'm blowing my nose. How did I get off on this one? Oh, because of free speech. Now, I'm not saying that Joe Rogan signing for Spotify and not importing some of his more controversial guest podcasts is the same as what's happening in Belarus or Hong Kong. That's what I'm not saying. I guess it's a spectrum, although, of course, slippery slope, as we all know, philosophically invalid. Anyway, on the show today, I'm going to have a guest for the first time in a while. So it's not going to be just utterly insane bollocks from this guy. It will also be utterly insane bollocks from another person. Her name is Nicole Harris. She's a good friend of mine and a hilarious stand-up comedian. Check her out on her podcast. On her podcast, Show Me Your Bits. Take a peek behind the curtain as Nicole Harris talks to her favourite comedians about their favourite bits. Terrible idea, Nicole. What were you thinking, hey? Show me your bits? No, I won't. Very disgusting. But she's a hilarious comedian who's performed at my open mic nights many, many times. So why don't we see if we can get her on the phone, see how she's been. Haven't spoke to her for a long time. See what life's like for her in this crazy world that we find ourselves in. What if she's got any thoughts on the coronavirus? Maybe it's real. Let's see if that works.
Hello.
Hello, Nicole.
How are you?
There we go. It works, doesn't it? I'm well.
The phone?
I'm well.
Yes.
The phone, yeah, indeed. I'm just checking the levels here. I've got you all plugged in. But
Lovely.
before we get going, is there anything that you want to talk to me about personally off air that I can edit out?
You know me well. No, not really. How are you? Are we allowed to talk about that on air or off air?
That is strictly an off air conversation, as I'm sure you can imagine.
How are you?
Yes, it's a bit personal, Nicole. Do you know what I mean? It's like, whoa, back off.
Robert or Ruskin or whatever your name is.
I even forget sometimes. But let me give you a formal introduction. I've already sort of done that before I've called you up. But here we go. Hello, Nicole.
That was your formal introduction. Okay, what a load of shite.
Oh, being rinsed on my own show, am I? No, Nicole Harris, hilarious comedienne. Do you call yourself a comedienne?
No, no one else does.
I see that you've been very busy. You've been performing in shows. You've got a new podcast. I've just got one question for you. What are you running away from?
These sort of shitty podcasts,
Oh! Oh my God.
No.
You've not earned your keep so far. Go on.
This is a great podcast, even though I said, what are we going to talk about? And you went, I don't know, have you got anything? I didn't know that's how it was supposed to work.
Good thing I can cut all of this, eh?
Oh no, don't cut this. This
is actually going to be the best bit. When we get to actually talking, it's going to be such bollocks, isn't it? Oh, how's comedy these days? Oh, what do you think about masks? Fucking hell. We're not doing any of that. Bollocks, isn't it?
You said mosques then. I thought, let's not get controversial.
What, just mentioning mosques? That's not controversial.
What do you think about
Unless you're an Islamophobe, Nicole.
No, I love Islam.
Are you?
No, I love Islam.
So that would make you an Islamophile. Now, again, that sounds wrong, doesn't it, in this?
Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just
the
like...
thing with file, as the end of a word, such as paedophile, is that's all you can think of. If you're a something file, you're just like, do you mean pedo? Like,
I never thought of that, actually. I think that's revealing something about you. I think this is one of those situations where we're like, oh, don't we want to, like, all have sex with our mothers, like Freud said? And then everyone goes, and that's just you. And you realise, no, it's just you who was thinking about paedophiles the whole time.
How did he get so popular with such a terrible theory? It's like, we all want to fuck our mums, right? And everyone was terrible. Was everyone like, yes at the time?
I've written a really good joke on that recently, I'll be honest.
Challenge.
No, I'm not going to tell it. Not in this context.
Give me the premise.
It will die.
No, I promise you I'll laugh.
No, it's basically... Well, no, I haven't really tried it out yet. But, no, I better not say, because, people copy, don't they? People...
I'll cut it out.
I don't believe you.
What? Hey, Nicole, have I ever lied to you in a real way?
Yeah. Okay. What about when you said, I'll be there in a minute, and you didn't turn up to the gig?
Yeah, that's because my nan had stage 4 leukemia, mate.
Well, you can still use a phone. I mean...
Does leukemia have stages? was that one of the worst lies yet?
Stage 4, you're still able to use a phone. Stage 5, no.
You did a very good job, as I understand. So, it was the moment, you know when you have a sensei, right? And then you have a young grasshopper. It was me letting you turn into a locust, Nicole. Oh,
thank you.
I was looking out for you.
Well, I didn't know any of that. I just took over as is my personality. Right, the dickhead's not here. Let's do it anyway. Has anyone tried calling him? He's not responding.
I like to have my phone on Do Not Disturb, don't you?
No, I'm always available for you.
I think this might be part of the problem, Nicole.
I'm too available.
Too available.
I'm too available.
Try working a bit of Do Not Disturb into your life.
How do I do that on my phone?
I don't know.
Is there like a button?
Sorry, this isn't tech support. Jesus Christ. You're such an old nana sometimes. You message me, it's like, shall I ring you or will you ring me? Jesus, Nicole. Get it together.
Well, you didn't. This is like the worst organised podcast I've ever done. Like,
and yet here we are talking, so it works.
You don't tell me what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
You cancel on me about 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I have to chase you up this morning going, are we still doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, I'm like, well, what is it, on Zoom or is it phone? You're like, either. You just leaving it in the ether. I'm like trying to get some bloody clarity. I'm like, here's my number. Just, again, nothing back from you.
Well, what do you want? You want me to send a heart emoji for it? Get over yourself.
Well, I'd like to know how it works. Like, are you going to phone me? Do I wait or do I call you?
You crave order and security, don't you? Do you think that's because your life's chaotic?
I actually do. Do you know what? It's interesting because I did a painting, right? I did a painting, which I don't do. I did it with my friend Maria.
Yeah. Do you mean Maria did it?
No, she did one and I did one. This is what was weird. And my one was all like ordered, symmetrical and everything like that. And her one was all like mad, right? And I put it up on Facebook because like I thought everyone would think my one was the mad one because obviously in my sets and stuff like that, I kind of go off tangents and things like that.
Right.
And actually my one was the ordered one. Maria's one, not that she isn't mad, but people thought that my one was the mad one, but no, I'm actually in person. I'm actually a very ordered, symmetrical. I like comfort. I like security. I like to know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. I'm actually a very ordered person, which is very different from my kind of stage, I think, act.
So which one's the real you?
Bloody hell.
Now you see why I don't send you anything in preparation for the podcast. Come on, you've done my gigs before. Jeez, you've performed at Famous First Words. You know what's up.
You know what? Medal to you for your interviewing skills there.
There we go, see?
Yeah. Which is the real me? Oh, well, I think probably the real me.
It's a bit of a stumper, eh?
Yeah, I think both of them, obviously, is the answer.
Yeah, it turns out actually it was a shit question. Let's move on.
It does, yeah.
I found your painting online. Superficially, your painting resembles a swastika. Is that?
No, it doesn't. Oh, God. You can't say that from like a Jewish girl painting a swastika. I would never do that.
Why not? Why not? What's you know? Well, I'm a Jewish man. You're a Jewish woman. It's a Hindu sign of love, isn't it? I mean, what's the? Have I missed the memo here? Yeah, mate. That's how it started. Do you know? Okay, joking aside, that is actually what it originally was. It's like
that's what I heard. But, it's not. Let's say Hitler did better in the marketing.
Yeah, okay, but how about this?
Let's say it's not that anymore.
How many Nazis are there today versus how many Hindus are there? So in the long term, who's winning?
Well, I think I don't know.
Tread carefully.
I don't understand the question. What is the way I'm going to respond to that? And then move on quickly.
So my two questions to you so far have been, who's the real you? And what's better, Nazism or Hindus? So do you see why I couldn't prepare in advance for this? It just wouldn't have worked. I think you'd have probably blocked me.
That was the second question. The second question was not who's better, because I could have obviously answered that immediately.
I don't know. You seem to struggle. That's all I'm saying.
No. It was obviously the Hindus, but that's not the question you asked.
No.
You asked something weird. Something inarticulate.
I tell you what, I'm going to make up for it. I'm going to like your painting on Facebook.
Okay.
There we go.
I mean, I did that post about a month ago now.
Yeah.
So it just looks like you're stalking me.
Well, look at it this way. The post had run out of steam. Let's be real. I'm breathing new life into it.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Well, actually, someone Actually, someone wants my painting on coasters. One of my friends on Facebook said, "Can I have that design on a pack of coasters?"
Wow. Okay. Good for you.
I thought he was taking the piss.
Aw.
I'll be honest.
Why?
I thought he was taking the piss because it's just like a little. I've never done a painting before.
Right, and
So
it does look like a swastika, so you probably don't want that
It
one.
does not. No. Oh my God! Now you're gonna have to like put up a picture of it.
Well, for the
You're gonna
interest
have
of
to
clarity, let me just explain to my podcast audience. Basically, what it is have you ever seen the Nazis? It looks kind of like a swastika. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all.
It looks like you're gonna have to cut to it somehow on the
audio.
Yeah, on the audio.
I'll play the sound wave of it, and that'll clear things up.
You can put it as the cover photo.
You wish, mate. Hey?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do better than painting a swastika for me to use it as the cover art. You just like seeing? Do you just see everything as swastikas? No. Only official Nazi insignia.
I think it's because you're half Jewish. You can't get over it.
Hey, steady on.
You want to point it out everywhere. You want to take on our pain.
Wow. You know something weird though, Nicole? I did that 23andMe thing, and it said I was 51.9% Ashkenazi Jewish. But how does that work?
51.9, but it's your dad, isn't it?
No, it's mum.
It's your mum who's Jewish.
Yeah.
I thought it was your dad.
Well, it's not. I mean, how long do you want to keep that conversation going for?
Have you been lying to me?
I haven't ever said it was my dad. He was Irish, Welsh, Catholic, atheist philosopher.
Oh, wow. Sounds as interesting as you.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Joking.
Oh, wow.
Joking.
Okay, I see.
No, your mum. Okay, so if it's your mum, then apparently, according to the Jewish religion, I don't know anything about it, but that makes you Jewish, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, of course. But, I mean, technically, genetically, it's half,
It's half and half.
Well, I know. Some people are quite snobbery about it, aren't they? They're like, if you've got a Jewish mum, then you're 100%, and if your dad's Jewish, you may as well go and live in the gutter. And I don't agree with that. I take a more scientific approach to it.
I think that's just the religion. I think
that's just more the Orthodox people. The Reform lot are pretty chill about it. They're like, hey man,
I'm pretty chilled about it, but I still say you're out. I mean, I don't want you.
Yeah, but for different reasons.
For different reasons. Nothing to do with half and half. It's just I don't want you in my gang.
How have you been, Nicole? Look at that for a third question. How have you been? How are you doing? Tell me. I haven't spoken to you in a while.
I know, it's been ages. I did put a comment on Facebook on one of your pictures from your wedding. And we're allowed to say that you're married? You're married.
We'll beep all of this. Although my wedding ring is off for some weird reason. That's weird. Bad. Do you have some kind of weird witch power? It's literally sat on the bed next to me suddenly.
That's the effect I have on men. Suddenly their ring comes off, their wedding ring, and they forget they're married. It's just sort of thing. That's what I have about me. But
you're a pickpocket, yeah.
Yeah. So I commented on one of your wedding photos. I said, do you have a twin brother?
Very funny.
Because your brother looks... No, it wasn't a joke. I was asking. Your brother look. Not everything is a joke. Your brother looks just like you. Is he your twin?
No. And I've got two brothers. I assume you mean my younger brother.
Yeah, well, he did look a bit younger, I guess.
Dig. A bit of a dig. Yeah, he's like 4 years younger than me. My older brother's 2 years older than me. Is this interesting? That's just the facts.
I don't know which one it was, but basically you ignored that comment.
Well, what did you want me to do? Like it?
I thought it was really rude, actually. I was like, how dare he?
Hold on,
I'm trying to interact with him. I haven't seen him for ages. Make a nice little comment on his bloody photos that he's putting up every 5 minutes. Oh, look, I'm married.
Hey.
And no one cares.
Okay, all right, okay. That's it. This interview is over. Now, in my defence, which it seems like I'm going to have to defend myself a lot in this phone conversation, I put them up a year after, so that's hardly ramming them down people's throats, is it?
Yeah.
And also, now you do have a bit of a strange thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and it's that penis between your legs. No, it's like, why you have this weird etiquette that I don't think other people have about interactions online. Like, if I send you a thumbs up in our chat in Messenger, you turn that into a whole stand-up bit about what a rude cunt I am. Now, to me, that seems like being a bit over the top. You know?
Well, the thing is, you're right. I am a little bit more sensitive than other people about like interaction on Facebook. Because I'm also like that with texts and like messages and stuff like that. Like, I think it should be the same etiquette as if you're having a conversation with someone. So I don't think you should decide, oh, I don't want to respond to this, or I don't really have anything to say, I'll just not respond. I think you should always finish the conversation either with a smiley face or, I don't know, just say, oh, hey, I've got to go now. Now, the thumbs up thing, I'm a bit more used to it now. But when it first came in, I just feel like when someone said, like, because you're having a really deep conversation and then someone just goes, thumbs up, like, and you're like, ah!
I mean,
and
yeah.
Essentially, like, fuck you.
No, it's not. Wrong. That's the wrong digit. That's the wrong digit. You're 3 digits over. I mean, in your defence, if I subscribe to your theory that text conversations should be the same as in-person conversations, then it would be really weird for you to say something and me just give you the thumbs up, and that's the end of the conversation.
Exactly. I hate it.
Yeah.
And I hate it when people do it on like WhatsApp or like.
Yeah, but Nicole, it's not the same. I mean, like, I was trying to defend you, but I was actually making a bigger point that it's not the same thing. It's a text conversation, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Why is that any different? Why can you be rude and ignore people?
Well, no, that is. So there's a serious point alongside it, which is I think people are way ruder online because they just can be. But
they can't be. Well, not in my eyes.
No, just in person. You're just much more offensive in person.
Yeah. I would rather that. I'd rather them, because then I can be like, excuse me.
But
I don't think this conversation's finished.
But don't all, like, I mean, we're talking on the phone. That has its own rules. Like, a video call has its own rules. A letter, like, all these different forms of communication, they're not exactly the same, are they? So it only makes sense that some of them should have their own individual quirks that other ones don't really have. Like, if I wrote you a really long, heartfelt letter, sent it you in the post, and at the end was just a picture of a thumbs up, you'd think I was mad. But maybe you already do.
True. But I would write back. I mean,
you wouldn't just sketch back a thumb and send it in the post to me.
Yeah, exactly. Or I wouldn't just ignore it. But like, somehow you've known that I'd got it because you got, like, I don't know, you'd sent it by recorded delivery.
Carrier pigeon.
You'd seen that I'd signed for it. So you're like, oh, she's definitely seen it. She's definitely read it. That's the equivalent to, like, blue ticks or, like, seeing someone's stupid little face. That makes it worse on Messenger. Because, like, when you know they've read it, it's not only, like, a tick. You see their stupid little face in the corner going, yeah, I've read it, but you're not getting enough.
It's true.
It's even worse.
It's true, yeah.
They're like smiling at you. I've read it. You'll never hear from me again. So it's like awful. Like, I would always. The reason that if I don't respond to you, it's generally because it's very rarely because, like, I've forgotten or whatever. It's because I'm doing it on purpose. Like, someone has just pissed me off so much, or like I really tried hard to get rid of them, but they just are not getting the hint, because I don't like ignoring people. So, like, they're just not getting the hint. And basically, this is the only way. This is the only way now. That's mainly the only time I'll ignore a message.
Right. Other than that,
friends.
you're very polite, aren't you? That's what people always say about you.
Do they?
No.
I was going to say, that's a new one. That's a new one to me. But the thing is, that's not what people say about me. But the thing is, I'm very direct, I think. I'm a direct person. I'm very direct. I say it like it is. But I'm also very kind.
Yes, I've noticed that as well.
Did you?
Yeah. For sure.
Oh.
No, for sure. I mean, I've got a lot of maybe we could talk about this. Some fond memories of famous first words when it was at the Gunners. Which, for those who don't know, was an open mic night that I ran for quite a few years, and Nicole was one of my favourite regulars, and it was fucking nuts, wasn't it?
Oh, it was mental. It was mental. But we had such a laugh, didn't we?
We had the most fun ever. It was such a great gig. And do you remember Una, the landlady, who was just nuts? And we occasionally would just lock in and just give us loads of free booze.
Not me, because I don't drink.
Yeah, well, by us, I meant, the people who stayed. We'd always kick you out, obviously.
Yeah, I don't remember that happening. So.
No, you and her seemed to have some kind of bond, actually.
Who?
You and the landlady. She'd always be sort of, talking to you in the corner. And I was always like, what's going on over there?
Well, people like me. What can I say?
People do like you.
I've got a certain charm.
Do you remember any funny anecdotes from famous first words from those Mondays?
I mean, it was just such fun. Like, the thing is, everyone would think, because the thing is, it was in the bigger context of gigs. It wasn't like a brilliant gig, was it? It was like in a pub, in the middle of a pub, on a stage where they would have bands and people walking in and out of the pub, but it was a Monday night, so there was no one there, so we just set up chairs in front of the stage. So it was kind of a shit gig.
Well, no one's saying it's the Comedy Store on a Friday night, for sure.
But because we were all really good mates, and we all just it was like our team, wasn't it? Me, you, who else? Who else was in my gang?
Who were the regulars?
Tom.
You'd have Tom, obviously Peter, Shiraz would show up a lot. We had the occasional drop in. We had Trevor Locke come by one time. Alistair Beckett King came by.
Trevor Locke's the one who wanted to buy my coasters.
Is he? Good old Trev. Oh, he's a nutter. Yeah.
Yeah. He is. Well, we all are.
Yeah, that's true. Tommy Taylor, he'd always come by. That tall Geordie bloke. Some acts who are getting a bit of traction on the scene as well. Kazim Jamal would always come by, even though he had a really long journey.
Oh, it was such fun.
Obviously, we had Ahmed Abdullahi who would come as well.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do. He was insane. He was the one who would talk about Mario and Bowser fucking.
Oh God, yeah. We just used to have a laugh, but then. Do you remember? I'm not sure if I should say this because are you ever going to go back there just in case?
I don't think it exists, does it? It's probably, I don't know. They were running it into the ground. They were selling drugs. No, wait, I'll beep that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, good. Although you did take it to the next level when you moved to Tottenham. Do you remember? Bloody hell, I thought we couldn't get any words from the famous first word in Arsenal Gunners pub.
Well,
and then you pick me up and you're like, I've got this other night. Oh, I'm so good. I'm setting it up. And they got off the bus and I was like, where is he? What is this? And
is it?
The pub, there's no one there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I don't think this is going to last very long.
Yeah, and then, and it didn't. Christmas came, then I was in that theatre gig, and then the world fucking imploded, didn't it? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to start up a new one, or?
Yeah, I think I will start up a new one, but I kind of, I feel sort of the same way as I do about theatre and stuff, like acting. Is that I want to be able to, I don't want some pale imitation of the real thing. I want the real, so that's why I've not been out there doing any gigs or anything like that, or even seeing any, or it just depresses me. Maybe that's something I need to get over, but I just sort of feel like, imagine if we'd had colour movies our entire life, and then just one day they were like, we're not, but then go with me on this one, Nicole. Jumping in. We have! Yes, well done. 5 points to you. And then one day they were like, we've lost the technology for colour, so all your films are in black and white now. And we just had to... Do you know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about... Maybe I'm being a pessimist. Tell me. I see you've been out there gigging. Tell me.
Do you mean you think gigging is different post-COVID?
Yeah.
Not really, no. It's not. It's as depressing as it was. You're going to want to kill yourself either way. I don't see that there's much of a difference, no. I mean, the whole Zoom stuff and the Zoom gigs, I did a few of those. A couple of them were a bit of fun, and it kind of maybe got you through a little bit, but a lot of them were nothing like the real thing, as you said, like colour TV and what was that silly analogy just used?
Losing
colour TV and film. Yeah, it was like that. It was like nothing like the real deal. But this is like live comedy now we're talking about. So that's, to be honest, I don't think it's any different from really before.
Is that really true though? I mean, don't they have to like all sit separate? They have to wear masks. I mean,
no. Aren't
they?
I don't think they have to wear masks when they're watching the show. They have to like kind of socially distance. So like
kind of. What are these dodgy places you've been gigging? Goodness me!
I'm probably going to get everyone into trouble now.
I'm going to have to beep every single word you're saying right now.
No, what I'm saying is the promoters will set it up where they'll have like, say there's a couple, they'll have like 2 chairs, and then they'll have like a metre distance between that and then another, then there might be 4 people in a bubble or whatever, and then they'll have those there, then they'll have another, like, so it's not that different from how it was, other than like a metre apart, you know, and come on, like it was most of the gigs that you
steady
did.
I think I see where this is going. Steady.
Were socially distanced anyway.
You did. How dare you? Now, I'm thinking about like my favourite gigs ever were ones that were packed. Like I did this corporate one for Google, and it was like 300 people rammed in.
Oh wow!
And it was fucking great. And I did one in Norway that was like 150 people, again, like rammed in. And like those are the experiences that you like remember as actually a great experience. And then the other ones where they're like socially distanced before COVID even came in, as you said, those are like important experiences as a comedian, right? To like build you up. But like, but if those are the only options, then like it kind of is the juice worth the squeeze? Like if your only option is the socially distanced one, there isn't that bigger one to aspire to achieve.
I mean, I think. How did you get that Google gig, by the way? 300. Sorry, like classic comic thinking. Who runs that?
No, it was a one-off thing. I got it through Gabby.
Who's Gabby?
You know, Gabby Killick. She would always come down to Famous First Girls as well. Yeah, let's end this phone call. I'm going to talk to Gabby. Screw this.
Well, you hadn't spoken to me for a long time. Didn't ring to see how I was. Didn't check up on me. Just putting up photos of your wedding.
So selfish.
Couldn't care less. Anyway, how's your I'm going to respond to what you just said in a minute.
Wow.
But how is your lovely wife?
She's doing well. Yeah, she's she works in an industry that actually COVID was kind of helpful for.
What's that? The NHS?
That is a mean joke, Nicole.
A little joke.
A little joke, eh? What's wrong with a little joke? Little joke.
Only a joke. It's be a joke.
It's like online education. That like boomed. They actually, they were like one of the ones who were sort of bucking the trend and actually growing, and she got a promotion in lockdown. How wild is that?
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Brilliant. What does she teach? online?
She is the community manager for the website Night Zookeeper.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Night Zookeeper.
Yeah. I know you've got 5 kids, so get them on it. I'll get you a discount. How are they doing in the
I will
lockdown?
And what do they teach?
Just Google it, Nicole. What am I? I'm not fucking selling Night Zookeeper, am I? Go and have a look.
Back to Google. Always trying to promote Google. I did a gig for Google. Google my wife's business.
How dare you say Google my wife? That's very rude. I actually don't use Google. I use Ecosia because they plant trees every time you make a search. Nicole.
Bollocks.
They do.
That's too many trees in the world. You don't need that many trees.
I mean, what? Are you coming out? Are you really? No, hold on.
We need to build property.
Are you sure you want to go on record as saying we should plant less trees?
Well, I can't believe they can plant a tree every time. I mean, I don't know much.
I don't know if
about
I don't think it's every single time.
Right, there you go.
That would be. I agree. That would probably be insane. Hold on, here it is. Ecosia is a search engine based in Berlin, Germany, that donates 80% or more of its profits to non-profit organisations that focus on reforestation. There we go. They've planted, how many trees have they planted? By July 2020, Ecosia had surpassed 100 million trees planted in total. There we go.
Oh, lovely.
Just from people searching.
Very nice.
Pretty good.
But the question is it as good as Google?
Well, depends what you mean by good. Is it as a search experience, is it as good? Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess?
I would guess no.
Yes, you'd be right.
Yeah.
But, Google can, it's a bit up. I mean, the gig was really fun, but I made a joke about how they were the second best search engine in the world.
Oh, good.
And they didn't find it funny.
Oh, you're joking.
No, they were very like, we're the best. Oh,
I hate that.
You know?
Oh, I would have ruined that gig. I would have, imagine me at that gig. I'd have got myself banned from using Google forever.
Oh, no, you've been cancelled, Nicole.
I'd have been cancelled
now
on
listen,
Google.
I wanted to talk to you about something because I am a man. And
are you?
Steady.
So need to tell people.
Well, no, I know. I usually start off all my conversations that way.
Just so you know, as soon as you walk into a restaurant, right, guys, just so you know, I'm a man. That's.
I just, the thing where someone's about to make a speech, they get the little spoon and the glass to get everyone.
You go into a bank. Can I help you? I'd like to deposit this check, and I'm a man.
No, it's because I came across this article and I wanted to more have your take on it because I wonder if my feelings are stupid.
Probably.
But here's the headline. For Goop team, you know who Goop are?
No. Goop
is that company run by Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, the one who makes vagina soaps?
Yes, and steaming vaginas and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's this one. So for Goop team, smelling Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina was just another day at the office.
Did you write this?
No, this is an actual article online. They had to come and smell, because they have a candle this smells like my vagina, and so which sold out, by the way.
Oh my God.
Which there's no way if it was this smells like my ball sack or this smells like the inside of my belly button after 3 days. That's not going to sell out, is it?
Well,
what do you think about it? What is that?
Well, what do I think about the article or the fact that they're selling out vaginas? I mean, not vaginas.
We're completely out. Sorry, I know you want one. They're gone. They're selling like hotcakes, selling like goat cakes.
I've got a clitoris, but it's not. It's not got the vagina with it. Is that all right?
It's a display model, so it's a little bit rough and ready, but give you a discount.
Just small hole. No. Yeah, what do I think about the candle smelling of her vagina?
I guess that, but also the team having to, come in on a Monday morning, you just want your coffee and someone's like, does this smell enough like her vagina? And they thrust a candle under your nose.
The thing is, right, the thing about that, I think, is obviously, because I'm a woman, right, I have to point
there
that
we go.
out.
See, we both do it. It's not just me. Ding, 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 ding.
I like to say I'm a woman. So I guess, I'm not really that way inclined. Like, I guess, I've had a few, I've had a few trial lesbian experiences, but they weren't very successful.
They didn't get off the ground.
They didn't really get off the ground. They didn't. I think I'm a bit too lazy.
What do you mean?
To be a lesbian.
What, you just wanted someone else to do? Is it? Why is it a lot of work?
Well, you got to do things. You can't just lie back and in missionary and enjoy.
Wait, can't lesbians do missionary? Surely they can.
Well, I suppose, yeah, but someone's got to do something to the other. I suppose.
Well, as is usual in sex. No.
Spoken like a true lesbian, I said.
I think I see why these experiences fail to get off the ground. Is that you weren't pulling your finger out, Nicole? You just lay back, come on then.
I wasn't. Literally. So I don't know if I like the smell of a woman's vagina, but obviously men. So it must be being sold to men. I'm assuming because I reckon heterosexual men would like the smell.
I reckon it's more women buying it. I'd be interested to know. But Goop are like a lifestyle company for women. It's aimed very much towards women. So I guess there's probably a few dudes being like, yeah, smell like a vagina. But I think there's probably more people being like, oh, it smells like a, that kind of Earth Mother stuff. Although one of the hashtags was smelly vagina when they were selling it. So.
Oh, so is there something wrong with me then?
Yes.
That I don't want to. Yeah, I didn't even have to finish that sentence.
You knew
I
as
know
well.
there is something wrong with me.
You knew as well. You didn't need me to say.
I knew it. I know there's something wrong with me. There's a lot wrong.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm still a cat. But but is it? I should like the smell of. My own one's okay. The smell. I like the smell of my own vagina.
Okay.
What's wrong? I like the smell of my own vagina.
Stop saying it.
Normal. I like my vagina smell.
Stop saying it.
I like the smell of my own vagina.
Okay, that's the 5th time. All right, we get it. My God, why don't you make a candle about it?
Oh, why don't I? But I don't know if I don't think I would like the smell of
a candle.
Someone else's, but maybe I would. So maybe that's where I'm wrong. And maybe Gwyneth Paltrow's onto something there, and she's the one who spotted it. She's going around sniffing her mates' vaginas.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. How else did the idea come about? Just suddenly think about it. She must have sniffed a few and gone, oh, I like that. That's that'll be a nice candle.
Or maybe she sniffed a few and were like, God, all these pussies stink. Mine is fucking beautiful. And she was like, mine's so great, I've got to package it and sell it as a candle.
Yes, maybe. Well, this is the thing, right? So she sniffed a few, in her time, obviously. And that's absolutely fine. But I haven't sniffed that many, so I don't know whether this is a viable business or not.
I believe they sold out straight away. So
so it is a viable business, and then maybe if I sniffed a few more, I would like it as well.
So your take on it is like, if it sells, then it must be sort of at least partly right.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess how much it costs?
A vagina scented candle.
Yep.
A tenner. To be fair, that's all I'd pay. What?
And even then, you'd be like, really? I don't get any change? Come on.
Yeah. Even then, I'd be like, I'm sure I could get this for £1 in the pound shop. I could probably get 10 of them in the 99p shop.
Yeah, why haven't Poundland come out with sort of like this? This smells, instead of this smells like my vagina, just this smells like a vagina. Sort of like, I can't believe it's not butter.
Equivalent. I can't notice the difference between Gwyneth and Karen. It's weird, isn't it?
Do you think it would help sell it if they had a picture of the woman on the candle itself? So you could sort of, or are we getting into dodgy territory?
Yeah, they might have to lie about the woman. Do you know what I mean? They might have to put up, they might have to do like a casting call for like all women, like £1,000 buyout or whatever. We're going to have your picture next to a vagina and we're going to say it's yours.
No, it's £71 is how much that costs.
You're not being serious.
I'm
Are you being serious?
I'm being 100% serious. Yeah, 71 quid.
Well, that is disgusting. 70. I don't care if it smells of. I don't know. I don't care if it smells of the Queen's vagina.
Wow.
I'm not paying £71 for a vagina.
What if
candle when I can just literally
just rub a
take my trousers off and just sniff mine?
Okay. That's very flexible. Well done.
Yeah, I am quite flexible actually.
Have you been working on it? Have you put on any pounds during lockdown, or are you staying fit and trim?
No, I started running. I've never really exercised, so I've just, but I did just not for any reason other than mental health. I thought I need to start doing something. So during lockdown, I started jogging, and I've kept it up. I went yesterday. I went for a run. I started off like doing just really short amount, like 5 minutes around the block.
Yeah, that is short.
Yeah, but I didn't listen to any naysayers like you. Trying to put me off, going, oh, that's not long enough. I thought, fuck them, right?
Them.
Sorry. Are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
Well, we were just talking about vaginas for 20 minutes. I think it's probably fine.
Yeah, that's true. So I thought, fuck them. So I just did it at my own pace. And I just started off 5 minutes. And then I really increased it quite quickly. And I went, and now I'm doing like between 25 minutes and half an hour.
That's not bad. That's much better than 5. Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. But, yeah, lucky I don't listen to you. And I'm not using it as a competition or anything like, how far did I go? Because that just puts me off. Little tip for everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Go on. Sorry, what was your tip? Sorry, I interrupted. Sorry.
Little tip for everyone. No one likes exercise.
Sorry? Ding, ding,
no one
ding.
likes exercise. I didn't know that. So you've got to force yourself to do it.
Yes, it is a bit of a mental thing.
It's afterwards. That's the benefit. That's the benefit.
But it's living hell while you're doing it.
It's not while you're doing it. It's before you do it, I'd say.
The mental aspect.
You've just got to force yourself. But what you do to force yourself is I feel like I've become a guru during this lockdown. It's amazing. What you do to force yourself, right. is you don't listen to naysayers like you, and you just say, well, I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself. I just do what I want to. Just do it. As long as I do it, it doesn't matter if I do 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Just do it.
I'm a big proponent of exercise. I don't know why you're calling me a naysayer.
Because you said, 5 minutes is rubbish.
Now, I didn't say rubbish, but I probably did say something a bit mean. Might have been a joke.
It was your tone.
It was my tone. I'm trying to work on that. As a man, I'm trying to work on that. 20 minutes, though, that's good. That's good enough to get the blood pumping. Now, do you think about your personal best? Do you have any wearable tech?
No.
Do you map yourself on a phone? Do you do any kind of wearing special active wear? Do you do anything like that?
Nope, this is the point I'm trying to make. I don't do any of that because that would put me off, because I decided I hate exercise. So the one thing that I'm not going to I've got loads of things in my life where I am sort of competitive with myself and try and measure it and this and that. But those are maybe things that I enjoy more. But if I start to do that with running, exercise, it will just put me off because I'm so much of a perfectionist. So I'll be like, oh, well, I haven't run that amount, and I should have been doing more, and I didn't go fast enough, I didn't do long enough, and all of that. And I thought, you know what, that will just put me off doing it and put extra pressure on me and make me hate doing it even more, make me not want to go even more. So I don't do any of that. I don't even listen to music. I just go out with my keys, and I make sure, and all I do is just time it. So like I do like between 25 minutes to 30 minutes, and I literally do the same route. I don't want to change my route.
Whoa. And
I just do it. And if I don't want to do it, I'll just say, I'll just do 10 minutes, and that's fine as well.
As long as you sort of show up and get the job done, that's half the battle, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned during lockdown.
Lockdown.
Can't touch it. It's got corona. Lockdown.
Have you got corona though, Nicole? Is that why?
No, I don't have corona.
Oh.
I don't. I actually had a test. I don't have it. But then they say that you could just get it any time. But I don't know.
I sort of want to get it out of the way, like because I feel like if you have it and then you quarantine and then you've got the antibodies, then isn't it all just over? Can't you just get back to dear motherfucker like?
Well, no, because that's the thing, isn't it? They say that they don't know if it produces antibodies. I think it's weird that they don't know that yet. It's been a while.
It's been a while, hasn't it? I mean, it's called COVID-19, and we're fucking 9 months into 2020. You'd think they'd have worked that bit out.
I know. Surely that's the bit to work out first. Like whether or not. I mean, I should have been in charge of this operation.
Do you
know
think
what
so?
I mean? Like,
would you have handled it differently? What would have been your approach? Herd immunity or?
No, I just said, guys, first things first.
I am a woman. Ding, ding, ding.
I am a woman. Second thing, would you like any vagina-scented candles?
You're running the government. That's your cure. That's your cure for COVID.
Well, actually, yeah, because they could be thinking of the candles, if they are being sold to women.
Right.
One thing she has missed, she's missed a trick there, hasn't she? Because it could be multi-use.
How?
Right? Well, you use the candle, but you can also stick it up your vagina.
This smells like and fits into.
Yeah, when it starts to lose the scent, right? You go
refresher.
Right, refresher. Use it as a kind of dildo stroke refresher. Like the refills.
I know the refills.
Yeah, refill. And you stick it up there, have a little play around, and then stick it back in the whatever you're putting it on, as a candle holder. Is it candelabra?
No, candelabra is like a really big, elaborate one. This is one that comes in its own little pot kind of candle.
The menorah. Stick it in the menorah on the.
Oh my! This is a family show, Nicole. That's as much as you know, isn't it?
Yeah.
Calling me half Jewish and she only knows 2 Jewish words. Can you believe it, huh? The cheat.
I do know a few more, but I didn't go to Hebrew school. I got chucked out of Hebrew school.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't go to a Jewish school. I don't really know anything about the religion, and I didn't go to Hebrew classes for very long.
But how did you get chucked out? What happened?
Well, I was standing at the back going, Jews for Jesus!
That's not true.
No, that's not true. But it would be. I wish I had.
I want to know more about Jews for Jesus too. It seems like they've missed the memo a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he was a nice guy.
Nicole's hot take. Yeah, he seemed like an all right chap. Yeah.
I probably would have got on with him. Do you know what I mean? I get on with everyone. Unless they're dicks, and then, no, I don't get on with them at all.
Yeah, I think I'd have got on with Jesus, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Me, you, him.
Yeah, we'd have a right old time, wouldn't we? Oh, my God, can you imagine Jesus is type 5? Just bombs like the rest of us.
He would, if he was dying,
Yeah.
He would have just been able to turn water into wine and gone, there you go. And then,
like those comedy magicians. Yeah, they've always got that. If a joke goes wrong, you've always got the pack of cards up your sleeve ready.
Right.
That's brilliant,
and
isn't it?
And then he'd go abracadabra, right? Because the thing about magicians these days that annoys me is they don't say abracadabra enough.
Yeah, they don't. They don't say alakazam. They don't say any of the classic magic words. They're all hack now, aren't they? But
yeah, it's gone.
But surely it's been gone for long enough that I'm with you. I think they could bring it back now.
Yeah, bring it back. I would. I might start an act, Nicole. Nicole the magician. And just do shitty jokes, shitty. Well, I do that already. Just do do shitty magic and go abracadabra, alakazam. So I might do that once I've done a joke, just to see what the audience.
The thing with shit magic though is that's maybe even worse than shit comedy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, a bad trick that goes wrong, there's no way out. At least in comedy, you can kind of roast yourself if your joke falls flat, and people usually like that.
That's true. That's true.
But in magic, you just kind of have to like very quickly move on and pretend that didn't happen.
That's true. Imagine, if we think open mic comedy's bad enough. Imagine an open mic magic.
Oh my god, the circuit.
Where they're learning their tricks.
Oh my god!
Was it the Joker? No, maybe you should try doing that instead because it was the Ace of Spades or whatever.
Was it the Joker? You mean as the card?
Yeah, but I combined it with a little bit of a joke about.
I see. I get it.
Yeah, that went over your head.
It did. Over, under, around the side. My head was not involved in it at all.
How is your hair? Because you've got curly hair, haven't you?
Yeah.
And last time I saw you, I think it was quite big, wasn't it? It's like a bush.
It was huge.
Looked similar to
I didn't cut it for the whole of lockdown, basically, and then I got a part in a film, and they made me cut it basically all off. So it's super short now, which I don't really like, but.
Yeah, I prefer it a bit longy and bushy.
Yeah, I like the bushiness, but the production insisted, and you know what they did? They left the little curly bits behind the ear, though. It was one of those.
Oh, what? Like were you playing a Jewish?
Yeah, that's all they'll let me play. That's all they'll let me play anymore, Nicole.
Oh, it's a bit typecasted, given you're not even 100% Jewish. What is the name and address of this production company? I'll be writing a strong letter. What?
Do you want to ask me any questions?
Yeah, you probably know more than I do.
Yeah, I know loads. I'm always fucking playing them on film and stage.
Oh, yeah, because you did that show that I came to see with Pete.
Yeah, you came to see the original run of One Jewish Boy, before we transferred to the West End.
That was great.
Thank you.
I mean, you were really good in that.
There we go. I'm going to cut that audio, isolate it. I'm going to use that. I'm going to loop it, and that's going to be your entire interview, Nicole.
Put it on, repeat. Really good, really good. I mean, yeah, she was better.
Yes, she's more talented. Yeah, she's way more talented.
No, I'm joking. Yeah. That's not true. You were both great in that.
I
actually, at one point, I was thinking, I'm very annoyed at this because it feels like you were in love with her because that was obviously what you were playing. But I know Caitlin, your lovely wife.
That's right.
And I was getting annoyed on her behalf.
Sort of like, hold on a second, Rob. What the fuck are you doing? You're married.
Exactly.
Ruskin, come on, off stage. Here we go. You've lost your mind, darling.
What's your name? I don't know your name.
Who are you? Are you the gas man? Have you come to fix the pipes? It's leaking under the sink.
Why are you doing it like I'm an 80-year-old granny?
I don't know. I'm just doing silly voices. This is how I keep myself normal. I've got this new one where it goes, the coronavirus is real. And I'm not sure why. The coronavirus. Nicole, I've been bothering you for quite a long time. Before I let you go, I know,
years now.
I know it's been terrible. You've been very generous with your time. I know you're a very busy lady.
Yeah. We'll get to the coffee shop in a minute.
Yep. Yep. Post haste. I was just wondering, as a sort of quite traditional way of ending it, if you could share, not life, the interview, if you could share, like maybe your lowest low and your highest high of lockdown. No pressure.
Oh, yeah. See, my lowest low was when I went jogging with a strapless bra. It was very painful.
It must have been an awful 2 minutes. Poor you.
That was when I was on the 20s to 25s. And I won't forget that. And always get a sports bra when you're going to go jogging.
Thanks. I knew I'd been doing something wrong.
Yeah, because you've got quite big breasts.
Thank you.
And do you want a serious answer?
I don't mind. You can share whatever you want to share. It's fine.
All right. My lowest low was lowest low. Well, I don't know. I've had a few lows. I guess just sort of like feeling lonely, because we can't all be married, like yourself with, your beautiful Caitlin.
Right.
And then my highest high.
Well, you have already shared 2 lowest lows, so I don't know. Clearly things have not been great. And then my 5th lowest low, well, I guess just the crushing reality of everyday life.
My lowest low was when I woke up this morning and it was all the same. And then I had to speak to you. My highest high, is it during lockdown, my highest high?
Yeah, not of all time, yeah. Since the world, in the now times, not the before times.
Oh, my highest high in lockdown was when... highest high. I don't know. I'll be honest, I was quite steady throughout lockdown. Yeah,
that's weird because I know you, and
that's the thing. I was like, it was all right for me lockdown. I was like my least anxious, I reckon, during lockdown because there was nothing to get anxious about.
Right. So the sort of the routine, the just sort of the enforced rigidity of just not being able to do anything. You were just like, well, I know what's next. I know what's before that. It's just kind of
exactly. And I structured myself. I structured my days. At the beginning, I was really good, and I wrote. I was quite happy when I finished my script. I finished my script. I wrote a script for something, and I submitted it, and then I was happy that day. Oh. Although, to be fair, then came the low where they rejected it. So it's another low again.
What was your script? Why didn't you send me a copy? I could have helped you out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, because you didn't, as I say, you didn't call, didn't contact me, just get on with your life.
Just sent thumbs up.
Yeah. In response to the script. Thumbs up. Yeah, exactly. Well, I can still send it to you. But,
yes, please do. Yeah. I'd love to read it.
All right.
Yeah, no,
okay.
That's a good high, finishing a creative project. It's kind of like, obviously, the future of it after that is a different thing. But actually, no, we all have to deal with professional disappointment, don't we? But the personal achievement of actually completing a task that you set out to complete, and that's pretty...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it took me quite a while, so, yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't know how to read and write, did you? So
I didn't. I had to use your wife's school to learn online.
And you used the discount code EDZK50 to get 50% off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I didn't Google it. I did that thing with the trees.
Ecosia.
So I got a few trees planted.
Can't imagine you planting a tree for some reason. You don't strike me as a green-fingered kind of gal, are you?
No, not at all. All of the plants in my house, in my flat, are fake. They're all fake. And I've got like a friend who came around and he was like, oh, God, everything's fake. I don't know how you can have fake. And I'm like, yeah, but it looks real. I mean, like...
Does it, though? I mean, if he saw everything and said it's fake, then how real does it look?
Well, no, he touched it.
Oh, that's
I
why.
was like, don't touch my
Stay
plant.
off.
Stay off. I've got a vagina candle you can have if you want to touch things. And then he's like one of those sort of people who's like gets energy and stuff. You know, he's like, oh, it's not the same. It's not the same. You know, you need the real thing. I'm like, and also they always die. You know, I'd rather have a fake one. I'm not really very green fingered, but I do believe in planting trees. That's how I'd like to end this this podcast.
Well, good. I think you've done a bit of an about face there, because I believe about half an hour ago you said that we were planting too many trees.
I agree. I did say that, and I suddenly thought, I don't want to get cancelled for saying that we're planting too
No,
many trees.
Lord forbid. I'll make sure you don't get cancelled. Yeah. I promise you I won't cancel you. I don't know about the other people, but I will not cancel you.
To be fair, no one's going to hear this podcast. So
Excuse me. Oh, my patrons are going to be furious at you. You've just come on here. You've slagged me off. It's outrageous.
I'm being serious though. Have you got listeners?
Yeah. What did you think this was?
I didn't. To be quite honest with you, I just thought it was something for you to do. You know, well. I thought like Caitlin was like, go and do your little podcast and leave me alone. Like,
I'm not going to lie, there is an element of that.
Thought so. But no, I'm pleased to hear. You know, and hello to all of you lovely patrons out there.
There we go, Nicole. See that? She's a professional. That's how you do it. Very nice. Lovely. This has been an absolute joy, Nicole. It's been really nice.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. And also, like, it's just on a personal level. I haven't spoken to you for ages, and it's been lovely catching up.
Yeah.
I'm being sincere now. Nothing's going to come after this. I've missed you.
I've missed you too, mate. Yeah, no, it's been really nice. Hopefully I'll see you out there gigging when I feel like it's normal. Apparently it is normal, so I'm going to take your word for it, and I'll catch a gig or two, I think. Yeah,
it's normal-ish, so I think you can stop using that as an excuse now.
I've been busted.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, lovely to talk to you.
Yes, likewise. You take care, Nicole.
Caitlin and the family.
Yep. You too. Take care.
And you, take care.
Right.
Speak soon.
Ta-da. Bye.
Bye.
And there we go. That is the lovely, multi-talented singer-songwriter, woman, candle holder, comedian, and all-around good egg, Nicole Harris. Thanks for coming on the show, Nicole. That was awesome. So I think I will probably wrap the show up at this point, seeing as I've been talking for 15 hours. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. Welcome to my new listeners. The podcast has been growing. Some weeks it's like this. I have funny people on. We have guests. And some weeks it's just me blathering on about who knows what in a very erudite and articulate way. But this is our 24th episode, so that means that I've been doing this every week now for 6 months. And I've been really enjoying it. So thank you very much for your support and messages and stuff like that. And keep sharing it, keep liking it, keep doing all of the nice things that help it grow, because that way we'll all have a better experience of a podcast. Yeah, am I right? But yeah, thank you very much. Look after one another. Take care of each other. Be kind. Rewind. I love you lots. And take care of you. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of me, family, love, honor, respect. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I hope you're having fun listening to this, and I hope that you'll join me next week on another episode of The Bliss of the Abyss. Mwah. Thank you for listening to the show. This has been The Bliss of the Abyss with your host, me, Robin Emma Jones, Ruskin Denmark, whatever you want to call me. If you've enjoyed the show, please consider supporting it by becoming a patron. Go to patreon.com/The Bliss of the Abyss and give whatever you can. It really, really helps support the show and keeps it growing and becoming better and bigger and brighter. Follow us on all the social medias, follow me on all the social medias, and give us 5 stars. It helps grow the show. Keep coming back every week for more Bliss of the Abyss.
Message 1. Payne knows with me, and she's calling to see if maybe you're in now, but I guess not, so I guess I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night. Talk to you then. Bye.